lie to you guys. I've been in Michigan for about 1 or 2 weeks now, so I'm actually still freshly new here, but the experience has been interesting to say the least. Had a little event happen on Monday, which I'll probably get into once I get it back, that thing back. But for now though, it's been nice. I've enjoyed it. It's a little interesting. The feeling is very interesting. You know, I'm leaving Georgia where I had my family members and friends there. You know, I come from a family of 8. Now I'm living alone as an individual, and there's so much silence around. Like, it's actually crazy. I didn't realize things could be so quiet. Legit so quiet. There are times when I'm just sitting there and all I can hear is just the, what do you call that thing? The fridge. The fridge going on, whatever noise it's making. That's the only type of noise I get here. But when that temporarily turns off, it's like, this is mostly how it's like here. But I can't say that I don't like it. I think the minimality in noise, if that's even a word, is nice. But I've enjoyed it. You know, the feeling is very interesting. Obviously, I miss having the noise around in my house and being able to access my friends whenever I want in just a 25 to 30 minute span. Because in Georgia, I could just hit up the boys and we're meeting up in a few minutes. Here, I'm 12 hours away. You know, I can't just hit up the boys and be like, yo, pull up. It's a 12-hour drive, not too shabby, man. Huh? They ain't pulling up. And I for sure ain't trying to drive 12 hours down there either. So, you know, just have to bear patience with it. Maybe a flight here and there might have to do in the future, we'll see. But I do miss it. I do miss having my friends around. Mostly, I think what I miss the most is just the psychological knowing of my friends being like accessible. And I think that's one of the reasons why I was having a talk with a friend about long distance relationship once. That's the reason why I believe they don't work. Because for me, I like the fact of knowing that the person is easily accessible, you know. Anyways, that's a video for a whole nother time, a topic for a whole nother time. But just a psychological knowing of having friends nearby, that's what I really do like about living in Georgia and just having my friends around. Now that I'm here, there is a distance, you know, there is an extra effort that will have to be put in when it comes to going to see them, and it's like, but it's nice. I'll obviously end up seeing them again because I don't plan on being here like all the time permanently. I'm gonna definitely visit Georgia. Georgia's my home, you know, so I'm not gonna abandon Georgia, but living alone for now and experiencing life as is now, it's interesting. I'll say the most surprising thing is that I haven't felt as lonely as I thought I would, because last time I came to Michigan, the thing is, I have been here before. I came here last year for an internship, and during that spell, I'm telling you, 8 days into it. And the thing is, I'm no stranger to living alone. I'm no stranger to traveling. You know, I've been literally at the other side of the country, Albania. And even then, I didn't feel lonely to that extent. I did, but not to the extent that I felt last year. And I think last year, the mindset that was probably going on in me was that I was going to build relationships with people, you know, build connections like right away. I thought that's how it's going to be. But the fact that it even took close to 2 weeks to have that happen put me into a state of like slight depression. I don't even know if I would call it that, but there was loneliness that I felt, and I was like, this is very interesting. Especially when I analyzed it after, I was like, why on earth did I even fall into that in the first place? But surprisingly now, this time around, I haven't felt quite as lonely. I feel very comfortable in the solitude at the moment, and I think the mindset I had coming here was that I expected to be a little bit in solitude, at least for a while. But inevitably, I know I'll end up making friends and building relationships with people. That's just going to take its time. So I'm patient with it. And for the moment, I've been enjoying time alone. You know, it's given me time to think a lot. I've had to face my thoughts as living alone and not having noise around you, sometimes you do gotta face your thoughts. That's one of the things that I don't think people who live alone make a point about a lot. You have to legit be watching your thoughts and being aware of the ones that you pay attention to. I've even learned recently to make sure that I'm not associating thoughts with myself, meaning that if I have a crazy thought that goes in my mind, that's not me thinking it. You know, I'm not my thoughts. So I have to kind of constantly remind myself, because man, nobody talks about it, but you be thinking about some crazy stuff sometimes. Not too wild. I think it depends on who you are and how you live your life, but sometimes you do have thoughts in your head and you're like, sheesh, that's kind of wild. So you get to face yourself. That's an exciting thing. But overall, though, I will say there's a lot of positives to living alone at the moment. I have plenty of time in my hands, so I can do a lot of things. I have time to, you know, go out. Especially if you have a car with you, you can go to point A to point B, no problems. You have a whole space to yourself that you can call home, and you can do whatever you want as well. I think the freedom, the autonomy is quite nice. Like, I've been able to get these little things here that you guys are seeing. You know, bringing Quran here as well is quite nice. I have a TV projector over there. You know, a bed is over there. It's a nice place. I like to call this place my domain, you know. It's nice. And I think having a place you can call home, especially at the young age that I am, to have all that I have it's actually, like, I would admit, not to toot my own horn, but it's pretty admirable, you know. It's pretty admirable, and I'm very proud of myself to have even gotten to this spot, and very blessed indeed to be in this position. So, you know, can't focus on the negatives at all. I think there's a lot of positives to living alone, and it gives me now a chance to even upload content like this. And I think more so the reason I am making videos now, I'm changing the direction I'm going is into more of a lifestyle focused based content, just so that you guys can get a preview into how I think and how I feel and what I'm feeling in moments. Because when I was making the motivational content, and although I like it, I'm gonna definitely keep doing it, I think it was more so just I felt that I was above you guys, but I'm not in any way stretch of the matter. I still have lots to learn, and arguably y'all know more than I do. For sure that's the case. So I can't just be on my high horse thinking that I know all this and that when I really don't, you know? So now I want to document the journeys as to how I even get to those points of finding the motivational contents or the interesting concepts and ideas that I discover, and explore it with you guys, you know, to see what y'all think, and y'all can kind of put in your input as well as to what you're learning. And maybe if you also are living alone, you can kind of like talk about how that feels, because I'm still early into this, right? So maybe I'm in a little bit of a high, maybe that's why I'm not feeling lonely at the moment, but it's interesting, you know, and I've enjoyed it so far. But I want to continue to make content, and I think this time I'll have a lot more time. I won't be as distracted, so there'll be no excuse. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. My brothers will definitely, my siblings, because I do have sisters as well, my siblings will definitely be happy that I'm kind of starting this again. They were telling me that when I'm making contents in the past, I can come off a little too robotic, and I definitely agree. I want to be showing a little bit more personality, you know, a little bit more pizzazz. I'm not the calm, stoic guy all the time, you know. That is part of my personality, for sure, but I have the moments where I can be a little goofy. I can make a joke here or there, I think. I like to think my jokes are funny, I hope. But yeah, overall, man, I've enjoyed life alone so far, and I look forward to, you know, continue to journey it with you guys, if that makes sense. This is gonna be like a journal entry type of thing, you know. You guys know those lifestyle content creators be making those videos. They're just slick, entertaining to watch, man. So I'm trying to kind of be like that a little bit, because what really calls out to me is just the emotion that they add into it. They have a little bit of like a storytelling element, and I think that's what was missing with my motivational content. So I hope going in this direction, y'all can kind of tag along, see the story, and see what interesting things I get myself into. Hopefully things aren't going to be too wild, things will be calm. But Welcome along, guys. It's gonna be a new journey. Well then, until next time, guys.